You are now listening to Nexxlegacy Radio, a radio station for the people.
All right, perfect. This is Charles. I am Brandon Madison of Nexxlegacy Radio, and I have my beautiful guest who has returned. Oh, God, I feel like I've known this talented young lady for a long period of time, and she's appeared on a ton of things, and I have to give her credit and give her flowers. And she was with me through the early days of podcasting, and she's here with me in 2024, and she has a lot of different things going on. So I want to give all the credit in the world and give flowers to the beautiful Kim Roberts on Nexxlegacy Radio. What's good, beautiful?
Hi.
What's up?
Hi, Charles. Hey, thank you so much. That was very kind. It's nice to talk to you again. It's been a minute.
It has. And I want to tell you that I really and truly am proud of you, because not only are you keeping yourself busy, you're keeping yourself active with a lot of different things that you have going on. So I'll before we kind of talk about the Stratford Festival, I kind of want to go back for a minute and just kind of, as I was saying earlier to start, giving you your flowers for all the work that you continue to put in your profession. I know it's not easy. I know it's a heavy grind, and I know you do a lot to put yourself out there. So this is really, something on a motivation that you can kind of talk to some of the people who are struggling right now, looking for work, not able to get and or achieve a few different things that you've done. So how do you keep yourself busy to the point where you are still working? Like, what does it take for you to continue to keep pushing forward?
Well, I mean, I'm gratitude, first of all. I'm very grateful that, I'm still having the opportunity to do the thing that I love so much. I mean, it's a business like anything else, so you need to surround yourself with a great team. I think I have one of the best agents in the business in this country, so, they do the hard work for me. They're the ones who go out and find the opportunities. I just show up and do my job now, So that's the beauty of having done it for, over 30 years. Acting is a craft. It's like anything else. It's like painting. It's like music. It's, if it's something that's in you, if the artist and the muse is in you, it's going to have to come out. And so I just, to those who are feeling the drive to be in these professions, I say just keep making your art wherever you can, however you can. Just keep making it and growing and getting better and better at your craft, so that, they will be calling for you. They will want you to represent them in their projects, and them being producers and directors, because those are the people who hire actors, right? So, yeah, just do what you do and do it well, and keep loving what you do.
Do you find that it could be a struggle? Have you had moments and times during your career, during the span, where the phone calls aren't coming as quickly or as fiercely as it once was, and you kind of have to navigate? Have you ran into any of those situations?
Well, I'm going to knock on some wood right now, Charles, because I've been very blessed, and I've actually kind of worked continuously since I started. So this was for me, But yeah, I know that there can be peaks and valleys. There are times when the industry itself is down, and there's just nothing for anybody. But right. What being an artist is that you have to, when times are good, you kind of have to put away for when times aren't great, so that it balances out. But no, I work pretty steadily.
That's good. That's good. And I always think about, like, when I think about you and I see, either some press clippings of what you've done, what you're about to do, things of that nature, and I always say, wow, you know what, my girl Kim keeps busy. And, I always hear the other side, where it's just kind of like, a lot of people aren't, getting jobs, or it's kind of like a drought, or there's certain things going on. You still kind of have to expand yourself in different ways, because you've done voiceover work and you've done other things too, right? So you just can't stay fixated on one piece of your profession. You kind of got to explore a few different things, right?
But that is the profession. When you're an actor, you are a voice actor, you are a theater actor, you're a film actor, you're a television, there's no such thing as just being one thing. I mean, you might choose to just do one thing, but or you might be presented with opportunities in only one arena. But really, when you're an actor, you flex. You do many, many different mediums.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's not like being a painter where you only paint impressionists. I mean, yeah, I mean, there are film actors, there are TV actors for sure. There are theater actors who do more, but I mean, any actor should be able to jump into any form of the medium because it is the same job, really. It's just a different format. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Another piece of the process that, you kind of have to just soak in and be ready for. So, I think that's important for the people out there to know as well. Kim Roberts, my guest on Nexxlegacy Radio. So tell me a little bit about what's going on at the Stratford Festival.
Oh, well, I'm really honored to have been invited to join the company this year. The 2024 acting company at Stratford. We have in Canada, we have Stratford-on-Avon, which is a really well-known. It's a prestigious theater that people come from all over the world to attend. There's an original Stratford-on-Avon in England, where the Bard, Shakespeare's works were always performed. And we have basically the same thing for our country. And so there's a number of classical plays that are put on every season, Shakespearean plays, but then also they've got a new playwriting division. And the play that I'm doing, Get That Hope, is something that's come out of that division. It's a new play by Andrea Scott, who is a brilliant Canadian writer, award-winning playwright. And it's being directed by Andre Sills, who's a phenomenal actor, director. His mind is just phenomenal. I worked with him many years ago on a play called Intimate Apparel by Lynn Nottage, and I was so impressed with him then, and now he's directing this project, and he's just doing a stellar job. The play is wonderful. It's fresh. It deals with, it talks about the Black community, specifically a family living in Little Jamaica in Toronto, which is Eglinton and Oakwood area, and there's a lot of history in that neighborhood. And, with gentrification, with all the things that have been going on of late, people have been pushed out. Businesses that have been there for years, 50 years, have closed, couldn't sustain the business anymore. And so it's really a comment on what's going on in the city and how, it's the same old story, how neighborhoods of color are treated, are sometimes just blown apart with no consideration or reparations to the people who have been established for so long in those areas,
right,
or for the families who have been, and gentrification is real. But this story centers on the White family, and I play Margaret White, who is the matriarch, the mom, the wife, and it's a typical family. We love each other, and we argue with each other, and we dislike each other sometimes, and
right,
it all kind of takes course over the course. It all takes place over the course of the Jamaican Independence Day celebration, which is August 6th, and we're all kind of in this hot apartment together, and it's a wonderful, wonderful play.
Well, I always, when I read it, I was very intriguing on a sense, and it's in Canada, right? Like, if I was to come out there and be able to see and watch, I would be able to, right? Like, tickets are available or whatnot, or
absolutely. If you go to stratfordfestival.com, you can buy your tickets on the website. As a matter of fact, I have an uncle who just passed away last week. He was buried yesterday. My Uncle Clifford Lewis, and he's a brilliant, beautiful man. And him and my Aunt Rosie would come up, to Toronto a few times a year while I was growing up. And in the summer, they brought their kids, my friend Anne Marie and Patty and Frankie. And one year they grabbed me with them and took me to Stratford because Uncle Cliff loved to go to Stratford to see plays, And I mean, he was in New York. He worked in banking. But they would always make the trek and make sure that they went and saw some things at the Stratford Festival in the summer. And so the first time I actually ever even went there to see a play was with Uncle Cliff. And I was mesmerized. I think it was a classical Shakespearean play. And it was just, the work is of such a high, I mean, I guess I could really liken it to your Broadway. Stratford is kind of equivalent to the notoriety that Broadway has. And so you get a lot of really good stuff happening up here. And so as a kid, just being in that theater and seeing those actors up close, and it really made an impression on me, and that could be a part of my journey as to why I became an actor myself. So it's ironic that now I'm there.
Hey, and it's beautiful. Not just to see, but to witness. And it's just like I was saying to start the show, it's your resume and your work ethic continues to be celebrated, and it should be. And I think it should be like that with a lot, not just you. I know there's a lot of others that, somewhat like you who are pushing hard in this business, because Kim, we already know it's not easy. You have to literally be ready 7 days a week, in a lot of different cases and places when it comes to just being prepared, not just to be able to get audition and, filter through roles, but to get the next one and things like that too. So Kim, in celebrating your accomplishments and different things that you've done over the course of your career so far, is there anything that you feel like you have yet to do that you want to do?
Yeah, of course. I would love to be a lead in my own movie. I'd love to be a lead in my own television series. There are a lot of things that I would still like to do. There are many stories I have yet to tell. And, as I said, I've been doing this for over 30 years professionally. And the roles have gotten better over the years, because that's right. As we become more, as we ascend in the industry, as we become writers and producers, there are more opportunities for people of color. When I started working, I remember there was a point in time when I was only being able to audition for nurses. Every other job was a nurse. And I finally had to say to my agent, unless this movie is about a nurse, I'm not going to do it. I do not want to audition for nurses, and I don't think I've auditioned for a nurse since. But it was just that was how they saw Black women, at that time. You were nurses or you were a prostitute. And that was pretty much all that we were doing on television. And that was a long time ago. Things have changed enormously. So I'm looking forward to the continued change. I'm looking forward to my shot at, being the person whose story you want to watch. Yeah.
Any aspirations of doing something behind the camera in terms of production, even writing, like screenplays, show running, different things like that?
These are all really big jobs. These are huge careers. People are very good at those things. It takes a lot of time. I mean, I consider myself an expert in my field, and I've kind of taken the time to hone those skills, so I still want to exploit those. I mean, you never know. There might be a script in me or two at some point, but I'm still loving what I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, Kim, I can see it. You've had your foot in this industry for so long. Like, I feel like you can do everything now. Like, I'm just putting it out there. The entire world to know. Like, right there for you.
I appreciate that. And you're right, Charles. I mean, I actually do have a project that one day I would like to write and maybe direct, but I mean, that's something that I need to make time to do. And so, if there are any producers out there who want to support me in doing that, let me know.
That's what I want to hear. That's what's up. Put that out there. This woman's got a plethora of, her resume is very strong, people. So I'm just saying, get this woman, challenge this woman on every single aspect of it. So Kim Roberts, my guest on Nexxlegacy Radio. And let me ask you, like, as hard as you work in all the things that you do as well, and all the flowers that I feel like I need to give you, and well-deserved and everything, like, how do you manage, like, your personal life attached to the business grind that you do have, as far as, the gigs that you have and everything else that comes with the hours that you put in to do?
It's not easy, to be honest. It's still a challenge. I'm also taking care of, family members who are older, and, there's dementia, and there's a number of different issues. So I've had my hands full for a while. I won't lie.
Right.
Even trying to keep my career going, sometimes it's just like this, I've got to give up something for something else. So it's been tough, but I'm working towards a better balance. Dating is also something that I'm, there are times that I'm good at it. There are times I'm not so good at it. Same thing with relationships. So, again, keeping just trying to find that balance.
Even with that, you just kind of have to find a situation or a partner who's understanding, more so than anything, really, when it comes to it. So it's not easy. It's not easy.
I find it really helps to it helps to be seeing somebody who's kind of in the industry because they have an understanding of what you do and what you need to do. But the flip side is then if you're working, then you're both really busy, and it's hard to make that time.
Right.
So, it's like I say, it's just still figuring it out.
Yeah. But what
it's
about,
fun working on it. It's a fun project.
Well, yeah, and to me, you're aware of it, and I think that's the key thing too. Like, you're aware, and whoever else is fortunate to be in your life is aware. Then the effort will be there. It's going to come. It's just a matter of patience, time, and you just gotta put everything together and see if you can be able to make it all go right. So I think that's super important. What about specific hobbies that you might have? See, I'm trying to ask you questions that I've never asked you before because I'm, even though it's been a decade, I'm still getting to know you, Kim. But what about extra hobbies? Is there, you like to paint in your spare time? If there's any extra things that you do in addition to what you do, like, do you have any of that stuff?
Well, I love to swim. I love to dance. I like to cook. I've got things I like to do. Finding time to do the things I like to do is a challenge, really.
Okay.
Yeah, especially lately, there's been no time for anything. But yeah, lots of things I like to do in my spare time.
Okay.
Love music.
Right.
Yeah.
A little extra. What's in Kim Roberts' playlist right now? Like, what are some of the artists in your playlist?
Okay, now the thing is, I'm so old school. I still listen to the radio, Charles. We got some hot stations here, and I just kind of put on, something that's local, and I'm listening to most of the music that I like. So I'm really bad in terms of playlists. I'll tell you, I have a Spotify. I kind of started just throwing on songs that I like from time to time. It's very eclectic.
Okay.
But it's like I didn't even upgrade to the premium because I don't even listen to it that often. So it's like I'll be playing my playlist, and it'll stop and give you an ad. It's very embarrassing when other people are around. So, I'm not the person to ask about playlists.
Not bad at that. Then you
Actually,
get your music, and it's all good. It is all good.
Actually, that said, I do have a favorite song right now.
Okay.
It's YG Marley's Praise Jah in the Moonlight. Can't get enough of it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Got that on your playlist. Okay. All right. Well, you got that. But you know what? Kim, even with not getting premium because it is what you just want to listen to it. That's fine. That's okay as long as you get something out of what you get when you listen to it. You listen to it long enough where if there is a commercial or a commercial that hits, all right, well, I'll wait till it's over. Then you can listen. You got patience. Because you know how it is nowadays. People barely want to listen to commercials, much less look at commercials these days. It's weird, man. It's weird.
I know, and they're bringing them back on all the streaming services and everything. It's like, wait, didn't we get rid of commercials? What's this now? Now it's like your streaming service, and like you can't even fast forward through them like before.
Right, exactly.
It's like, what?
Even television, and as Kim, there's so many different avenues to change. When it comes to the channels, there's so many different apps. There's so many different types of exposure that I feel like a lot of people in your profession have. So, in a sense, there's not really too much as far as excuse-wise to not be able to find some product out there that might gravitate to you that you could be able to latch on to. Because there's a ton of channels more than ever, right?
That's true. Well, it's true. There's lots of options. And I mean, that's good news because they have to find content, to fill those channels.
Yeah.
But, I guess one of the concerns with the AI now is how much that's going to take over doing the work. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that means for us acting folks,
Well, here's my take on that. And, and I'm sure you might agree with this too. Like the AI can only handle what it needs to handle, but there is nothing like the kind of interaction that you can have with 2 people, 3 people, a group of people, whatever the case may be. That's organic. That's organic.
That's true.
Something get some passion from or appreciation from. I mean, you can lace down whatever you feel like you need to do or deal with when it comes to AI, but it gives no heart. It doesn't have that kind of flavor that is missing when it comes to chemistry, right? So, you know, you can't create AI with chemistry. Just saying, you could try, but it won't work. It ain't gonna work.
All right. From Mr. Madison's lips to the world. Okay.
Damn right. Damn right. Kim Roberts, my guest on Nexxlegacy Radio. And, you know, as we talked about the Stratford Festival, get that hope. When can people start? You mentioned a website where people can go get tickets, but when does this all start? What day?
Oh, it's good. Tickets to the sale. What do you mean, the ticket sales or the show?
Yeah, the show.
They're both. Well, okay. The show. The previews are our first preview is next Sunday, the 21st of July. So if you want to come see the show before it's fully set in stone, you can come and have a peek. And we open August 10th and we run through to September 29th. And tickets have been on sale for months, so you should get online if you want to get a really good seat. But yeah, they've been selling well. The show's got quite a buzz. And also, you know, when you make it to Stratford, it's worth it to try and see another show or two as well, because there's a really good lineup this year. And the players are just really brilliant, amazing talent, amazing production value. And the city itself is gorgeous. I mean, Stratford is a beautiful place to be. Beautiful, just beautiful. So I'm really enjoying it myself.
Well, we're going to have a long-awaited meet in person type of thing. It's been too long.
Nice.
When I'm talking about over a decade, right? So
we've been talking for a while.
Yeah, that's got to change in 2024. So that is the goal. That is the goal. And in closing with Kim Roberts, when it comes to social media, like, you know, I know you're on it. People can follow you on Instagram at Miss Kim Roberts. How do you feel about navigating through it in this day and age? It's you know, it's AI laced and weird, but it's still a necessity, right?
It is. It's you know, it's great to actually have direct contact with people who want to know what you're doing and to be able to let them know what you're doing. So I'm grateful for it. You know, yeah.
I'm gonna keep it true. It's still weird though. It's a blessing and a curse the way I see it.
Yeah?
It's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because, you know, I get to reach out and, you know, and say hello to you and you say hi back, and that's great, right? It's a curse because sometimes some of the people that you say hi to, you don't know if they're real. You don't know if they're real or not. They might be that AI that we were talking about, or so
or some what?
Or it might be something totally different. It might be AI. It might not be the person that's in front of you as far as what the picture says. It might be completely different. You just don't know, and that makes it a little weird in some cases too. But I will say this: it's, you know, I think a lot of people have to take social media with a grain of salt. You can't take it too serious, and you also have to just be careful. And you know, and it's somewhat like a whole hellified disclaimer list when it comes to that. Some of these people are not real. Some of these people are generated. Some of these people may not be men. Some of these people may not be women. I'm just saying, it's just one of those things. Instagram, the TikTok and all, it's just different. You just have to, we all have to be a little careful when it comes to certain things as you navigate through social media. But it's a blessing and a curse. A lot of other things too.
Well, so I guess it depends on how you use it, you know? It's like,
yeah,
I mean, because I'm in the industry, it's really more of a billboard just to say this is what I'm doing, what's going on. And I do have people on my team who manage it as well, so it's not just me. But sometimes it's me. So, you know, it's a good collaboration, and I kind of, you know, I appreciate the fans and the people who stop by and who make comments. It's always great to know what people are thinking of what you're doing. So yeah, in that way I see it as great. Honestly, I'm too busy to spend too much time scrolling, so I don't, you know, maybe fall into some of those traps. But yeah, I do appreciate it. It's a good way to at least, you know, get a message out there and to keep in touch when you want to.
Absolutely. And I appreciate you for being active and being around for media and for your base of fans and things like that too. It's again, it's one of those blessing situations that we have to acknowledge. And again, I think it's, when it's coming from a great place, it can be the best tool to use as you're growing your brand or your individuality in terms of what you want to do for yourself or whatnot. It's like everything. We have to, don't talk to strangers sometimes. Or, certain things. You got to be careful. That's true. That's true at all. So, Kim Roberts, my guest on Nexxlegacy Radio. And in closing, is there anything that you want to say to your adoring public about anything? The floor is yours.
Oh, I just want to say thank you for being there. I love you guys. Keep in touch. As you were saying, Ms. Kim Roberts, MS Kim Roberts on Instagram, Kim Roberts on Facebook. I know, the old folks. I'm on Threads. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter. Kim Roberts 1. So, I'm findable. And, just keep watching. And for those who are making art, keep on beautifying and making this world a better place. For those of you in the States, please do not let them put Trump back in office. Whatever you do whatever you need to do, but get out and vote. Black people, get out and vote. All people. The world is really in a scary place right now. Democracy is at risk. And for those of you who don't realize how important that is, it's huge. Our ancestors died for that not so long ago. So, get out and vote and keep the place progressive, and let's make a world where we can all live happily together.
Yes, we should be one big gumbo pot of effort and, just growth in terms of who we are and who we want to be. So very true when it comes to that. And I love the fact that you said that you are findable. You are findable.
Oh, yeah.
I'll find you, Kim. I'll find you.
All right, Charles.
Well, Kim, I appreciate you. Like I said, you and I go way back more than 10 years, and I love you for all the effort and transparency and everything else that comes with who you are and what you're and who you're continuing to be. And you definitely inspired me. And whatever it is you need, I feel like I'm a part of your family as well. So whatever you need in terms of anything, you know where to find me.
Thank you so much, Charles. So good to talk to you again.
Same here. Good to hear from you, Kim. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the #1 radio station for the people.